This is Jake.
Oh.
Hey guys, this is Jake Bush, and you're watching Untamed Thoughts.
Hey, this is Jack Nelson, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hi, my name's Chuck Weimer, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hey y'all, this is Sarah Hobbs, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hey there, this is Bree Bagwell, and welcome to Untamed Thoughts.
And we're back.
Hi. Yep.
High five.
I'm getting good at this.
I know.
Oh, guess what?
Hey. We're live.
Hello.
Welcome officially to Untamed Thoughts. I'm Brandy. This is
And I'm Katrina.
And we're here to entertain you for as long as we want to.
We do what we want when we want it.
That's right. That's why it's Untamed Thoughts.
And I was busy watching the thing and
I was doing the same thing. That's why I picked up my phone and was pointing is she paying attention? We're supposed to be sharing right now.
I wasn't at all. I was all into the thing and I was like, oh, look, there's Sarah. Oh, look there. And I'm like, yeah, guess what I forgot to do? The things we're supposed to do.
That's okay. I mean, we're in charge here, so we can do whatever the heck we want. That's the beauty of this show.
Right?
It happens the way it happens. Oh my goodness. So it's been 2 weeks since we were here last. And I'm not gonna lie. Last Tuesday, I looked at the calendar at about 3:00 and was like, oh my gosh, we have a show tonight. And I'm not ready. I'm still in my pajamas. And then it dawned on me, hey, dummy, it's next week.
So I kind of did that today.
Did you?
I mean, I knew it was this week, but for some reason today I forgot. I was thinking it was Monday all day today, pretty much.
Yeah.
Even though I know I posted yesterday about being Monday. So I knew it was Monday yesterday, but for some reason today I'm just in outer space and thought it was Monday again today. I mean, we can have two Mondays, I guess. I don't know. But
today felt like Monday for me while I was working. Does that count?
Oh, of course. Jason calls.
Of course he does. Does he not know we have a job to do? What is wrong with him?
My screen went away.
Oh no.
Okay, there we are.
Oh yeah.
Of course. And my phone was not turned off. I was silent. And it's a Monday. It's like a Monday.
That reminded me right now to turn my do not disturb on so that mine does not do that.
It's the Mondayest Tuesday ever.
Agreed. I had somebody email me some stuff this morning and they want us to do a job for them, right? So we do septic design. So I need all their land information, property information, the legal description, and all of that of the property. So she's got 3 jobs for me to do. They're side by side. She sent me all of the information randomly. None of it was labeled. None of it had the right address on it. None of it had the right lot numbers. It was all it took me 3 hours to sort through all of that paperwork and get it all correct. I was so frustrated.
What crazy. Hey, so does everybody want to hold on? We're going to answer this call because Jason thinks he needs to call while we're trying to do a live.
Hello,
everybody say hi to Jason.
You're live on Untamed Thoughts.
You are not our guest tonight. Okay? Stop calling when I'm live.
Okay, bye.
I'm just kidding. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay,
bye. Well, he was going to keep calling until I answered the phone because apparently he forgot.
Like it.
So apparently he wanted to say hi to everyone.
He needed his little cameo.
He's trying to steal Jake's thunder.
Tonight is for Jake and Jake only, okay? Oh my gosh. So what have you been doing for the last 2 weeks?
Oh, what have we not been doing for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, y'all been busy.
Okay, so we got home Sunday night, and that was my first time. Well, I guess I can't say that, but I was only home for 12 hours, but for 3 weeks. I haven't been home for 3 weeks. But last week, I don't know when it was, we were home for 12 hours. Like, we came home, we slept, home for a little bit, slept, then got up at like 5:00 in the morning and hit the road for radio. We've been on the road all last week for radio, pushing the new single, and
That was fun to watch. That little.
yeah, we went all over. We went all the way up to Snyder, up like I'm pointing at my house. Like, okay, see right here on this little map.
You need a map behind you.
No. We went up to Snyder. We stopped along the way. I don't even remember the first place, up past San Angelo,
Yeah.
and then up to Abilene, Snyder, all that, and then came back down through. Well, did Corsicana. No, was it Corsicana?
No, you were.
No, Fairfield. That we went over. We did all kinds of. We went all the way over to.
You did tour of Texas, is what you did. You made a big circle.
Yeah, we kind of like went woo, 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 all the way over and then back. Yeah, and then ended up in Brenham on Friday, where he had a show to play with the band on Friday, and then Saturday had something, a wedding, and then finally got to come home on Sunday, and now I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself, because Jason left today to go to a dove hunt, and I get some time by myself, and trying to set up for this. I was like, well, I'm usually in the car, so I don't really have to worry about a background or anything, because I'm always on the road for these shows. And so I was like, how do I set up? I don't even know what I'm doing now. I don't know how to do things at home. It's just weird.
Right? Not normal for you.
It's not. It's weird to actually have a normal place to do something.
Right. Well, I have to say, as I was watching your journey last week, I was real jealous that you were in Snyder and Abilene, because I like to go to Snyder to the cemetery, and I haven't been in 3 years because of thank you COVID.
Ugh.
And my in-laws are in Abilene, so
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
down there, I was like, look where they are without us.
I know, and it was kind of like last minute sprung on us. I didn't really even know, because I was gone. We were down at South Padre on my girls' trip, and then went to Kansas for a conference. And then I in Kansas, I got the email for the next week, and that was like the weekend. I got like the next week for the radio tour, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be just getting back. Okay, we will figure this out. Like, Jason was at home for a couple days, but like it, I don't know. It, of course, men don't plan.
No,
So I just got to like
do very well, do they?
Yeah, throw and go. And I told him, because as soon as he picked me up from the airport, we had to go to Houston, which I flew into Houston and then flew to San Antonio and then got in the car and drove to Houston. So
just stayed in Houston.
I know. And I was going to get a flight into Houston, but it's like an hour past. We were going to Hockley, to Houston Oaks Country Club. And so it was like an hour past that. And then you'd have to but he was playing like over by Dripping Springs, which is close to here in New Braunfels. So on Saturday night. And so I was just like, well, I'll just fly into San Antonio. He can pick me up because he'll be close to home, and then we'll just go. And instead of having to drive an hour past and then come back, and we would have to leave real early. And you know him, he's not an early person. He don't get out of bed.
No, I'm like that. I don't like to get out. I can do it, but I don't like it.
Yeah. So and I told him, I texted him and said, bring all your stuff. Make sure you have your guitar and your clothes, because as soon as you pick me up, we're headed straight to Houston. Because I told our people what time we would be there. And he shows up and had nothing. I was like, I told you these things. So we had to come back home and get all of his stuff and then go, because he didn't apparently get the message, or I don't know. He totally forgot that he had anything to do.
Somewhere to be.
I was like, okay. So we came home and got the stuff and then took off. And then Monday, we came home Monday and then we were supposed to go to a couple radio stations that day, but nobody was there. So we just came home and then started 5 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. I was like, ugh.
That's
Morning.
rough.
Yeah, when you see the sun rise in your car and like you've already woken up, that's weird because we're usually seeing the sun rise when we
Are going to the hotel room.
go to bed when the sun is sometimes.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, John, our plans this weekend are to go to Fort Worth. We're going to Texas Motor Speedway because a company called LMR, which is Late Model Restoration, is putting on a cruise-in car show. You cruise in your Mustang or your Lightning truck and set up, and everybody walks around and looks at everybody's stuff, whatever. And this is something that he wanted to do. We've been planning it for months and talking about it for months. I've had a hotel room booked for 2 months, and I found out yesterday that we're only staying until Saturday, and I have a room booked until Sunday. So I don't know who missed the memo, but I didn't get that number. But apparently we're going to walk around outside all morning until mid-afternoon and then drive all the way home.
Oh, fun.
It should be so much fun for me to be in the car for 4 hours. I'm just going to pray that I bought a bunch of barf bags yesterday to put in the car.
You get car sick?
When I have a flare, I can get sick randomly, and I'm in and out of a flare lately. So I need to just make sure that I'm prepared.
Oh, yikes. Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun weekend. I can't wait.
Right. Just don't eat anything.
Yeah,
weird.
I'm packing my own food. That's another thing. I'm not real sure how I'm going to do that when I pack my own food. I've got to make sure that I can keep it cold all day long Saturday without it ruining in the heat.
Well, you'll be driving home, so just eat it
Darn it.
all.
Apparently in my office on my computer or on his computer, logged into my Facebook, and he says no vomit in the stain.
John, control yourself. Get off the
I can
computer.
always tell when he's on my computer, but why is it just a Facebook user? That's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't even say, because StreamYard, if you don't click the link to register or whatever, it just puts
yeah, that's right.
user.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it sounds like we both had an interesting 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's been busy, crazy, and we're still going from here. Once he gets back, we got to go. So it's kind of nice to have a couple days here by myself and
Yeah,
just do
some
what I
peace
want.
and quiet. I can imagine. I had that a couple of weeks ago, some peace and quiet for about 24 hours. I didn't know what to do with myself either.
He doesn't get too far away.
No. Anyway, you guys, we've got a returning guest, another returning guest this week, which I'm really excited about it because when he was here last time, I don't know if he knows this, but I kind of botched the video because it was my very first time doing it by myself, and we pre-recorded and I edited, and it was amazing. And then when it came down to it, I don't know what I did, but it was not the best. So we're doing a repeat because we love him. Please welcome Mr. Jake Bush to the show.
Woo!
Hey guys,
Hey, how's it going?
it's going good. I feel like I just saw one of y'all.
Yeah, you did. I was just going to say, long time no see. What was it, Saturday?
Yeah.
I haven't seen you since 4th of July.
Has it
Wow.
been that long?
No, right?
That's a long time.
I think that was when we were hanging out the river. I think that was the last time.
Yeah, I think it was. Dang, it's already been that long. Feels like July was just yesterday.
I know. Everything's flying by. Now it's almost Christmas.
I can't even, that doesn't even sound right. It's not supposed
There's
to be.
only like 75 more days of this year.
Oh my gosh.
Who's counting?
Well, I only knew that because I did a post yesterday that included the days of till the end of the year, till 2023. And yeah, That was yesterday. It was 76. So
That's insane. I know that Katrina's not happy about it, but what about this weather we're having?
Oh man, this is my jam. I love this weather. Yeah, I just took my hoodie off.
Yeah, I love it. It's not Katrina's jam. is
No.
it? No.
Not at all. Not at all. I am from Colorado and I had snow my entire life and I could care less to ever be cold again.
No,
And
I
I'm
love
always
it, man.
cold.
Playing shows in the summertime, man. When wintertime comes around, I'm like, yes, hoodies.
I bet. Well, tell us what you've been doing since you were here last. It's been a few months.
I have just been writing a lot of songs and back in the studio a little bit. I have a couple new songs, just kind of waiting to release them. I have a single out right now, Cowgirl. I'm just kind of waiting to see how that one does on radio, and then I'm gonna pick which song I'll release next to radio, and then I'll do a digital release, and then I'll be back in the studio come July. See, look what you did, Katrina. Come January or February to cut a full length album. So that's pretty exciting.
That is
Awesome.
exciting. I can't wait for that. Well, what was I gonna
When, oh, go ahead.
say? Nope, you go.
When did music become important to you?
I feel like my whole life.
Right?
I feel like as long as I can remember, I've just always had music playing. Whether it was like when I was just a kid, 3 or 4 years old in my bedroom, to always having to have it throughout middle school and high school. I always had a pair of headphones. So I don't know. It's always feel like it's just ingrained.
Same
I like
here.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, music was always a part of my household. It didn't matter what kind of music it was always playing somewhere in the background for us.
Yeah, whether it was playing on the radio or my mom sings in like competition choirs and quartets and stuff like that. And then, but she's always sang. We've always sat around with my grandpa plays guitar, my brother, my dad. Like we just always were a very musical family too. So it was always something music going on.
Yeah. None of my family was like musically talented. Like my sister can sing, she's got like a mama voice. All you moms can sing, but my brother Josh, he's like real eclectic. So he would have like Keith Whitley and then have a rap song, or have like George Strait and then a rock song. So I was raised on that. So I think it's so funny when people get in the truck with me. It's it's like Brothers Osborne and then Snoop Dogg.
Right.
That's me.
But yeah, none of my family can
It
really
drives my
play
husband
instruments.
crazy.
Yeah. I like a mixture of everything. And my kids, like my daughter, she's not a country. Like, I mean, a little bit, but not like she used to be, but not now. She's got all that rap stuff and all that. And, but we always listen to, and especially with Jason, like, there's always a mixture. You go from Elvis to Tupac to something, like you're like all over the board with him. You never know what we're going to play or listen to when we're driving.
Well, what was your first concert? Do you remember?
Oh man, Aaron Watson at the
Wow.
at the Houston Rodeo Cook-Off, I think, is what my first like live show was. I mean, that I can remember. I mean, I was every bit of 19 years old, but I always loved it. I snuck in and saw Kojo at Rowdy Bucks a long, long time ago, but I don't really count that because I was outside. But
I mean, I say it counts.
it counts. Yeah, it counts. He was, man, it's pretty awesome to see where he's at now to that. I mean, Rowdy Bucks.
Right from Rowdy Break. Definitely.
That's proof that it can be done. For sure, it can be done.
I lost my spot.
You lost your place.
Oh, what do you like most about playing music?
The people. I love meeting people, man. And I like hearing their stories, and the more places that we're playing and the bigger the crowds, I think you get to hear different stories from different, a little bit different than what you're used to in a dive bar. When you're at a festival, you can meet somebody that, might be going through something or just beat something or lost somebody or never heard you. And it just impacts them. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Do you get inspiration from that when you're in that moment and you meet somebody?
Yeah, dude, I think it really just makes it feel like I'm doing something right, because there's a lot of times as artists that I'm going on my 8th year of doing this, and I love it more than I've ever loved it. But there's times where it's like, damn, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And then you meet somebody and you're like, yeah, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
That's cool.
Absolutely. Definitely times like that makes you really know that this is where you're meant to be and this is why.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I mean, I experienced that, even though like I'm not a musician, but just because people, we're at shows all the time with Jason and stuff, but people come up to me and like tell me their stories because they can't get to Jason or, whatever, because I'm always there at the merch table or something. And just the stories that you hear are so great sometimes, like, and somebody just needs to talk sometimes and just
yes.
And like the songs that they have heard from him on stage, and then they come over to me either crying or happy or they're like, oh my gosh, that reminds me so much of, and they tell me all these stories that are just so neat to hear. So I get what you're saying.
It's odd because musicians were like therapists, like Brittany, we've been, together a little over 2 years, and it's like, she's starting to get that people unload on her, and she's like, it's like people just, they see us and they just trust us. It's odd,
Right.
Without even trying, they just throw up on you. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
That happens to me because I'm a makeup artist and I do videos online, and random people that I don't know will come up to me and start talking to me like they're my friend and they've known me forever. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. What is happening right now? And that's a new feeling for me. So I can appreciate that.
I think it's awesome, man. Beats a day job all day.
Yeah.
Right.
100%. And then you like rolled right over the next question that I was going to ask you was going to be, was there a moment that you knew you were supposed to be doing what it is you're doing? And you pretty much answered that.
Man, I mean, no, yes and no. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I just kind of fell into it. I think I ended up right where I was supposed to be. And there was a guy I used to follow him around and play all the time. Everywhere he went, I was there. And I had got up and sang a song with him, one of his songs, and he hugged me and was like, you're not doing this for free anymore. And next thing you know, I played a Thursday with him, and then Thursdays led to Fridays, and I was late to work, and I had a choice to make, and I just felt it. I didn't feel like I've never been like a bad employee or anything, but I've always, if you give me a choice, I'm going to obviously play music. It's what I love. And
Right.
I didn't think I was going to do anything with it. I thought I was just going to play in bars and play in bars.
Right.
So.
Nope. That's not how it worked out.
Luckily not.
So what makes your current album different from your previous ones?
I feel like my Where 90s Meets Now album is more me. I don't know. The 7 album was in the middle of coronavirus and out of a toxic relationship into a new healthy relationship. And that was kind of refinding myself. Sounds cliche and notebookish, but I was real lost, man. I was drinking a lot, and I was just kind of going with the motions. I was getting complacent. I didn't know how to write good songs. And from the 7 album to the 90s album, and then to now, I've evolved so much as a songwriter, and I feel like I've experienced more, and I'm happy. So being happy in music and, the outside cuts that I've had and the relationships that I have, it's mature. It's a lot more mature.
Right. Definitely.
So do you have, off of any of those albums, do you have a favorite that is the one song that you like to sing the most, or a song of someone else's that's your favorite?
Man, off of my 7 album, Gravity and You, that's a song that really took me to the dance, still is. And I have so many new songs that it's hard. It's difficult because I love them all. I mean, Shades On is that's an outside cut that I stumbled upon on YouTube and fell in love with it, and it's still probably top 3 favorite song that I have.
On your downtime, which I don't know if we even know what that word is, but what's your favorite hobbies or hobby?
Podcasts.
Heck yeah.
No, I love to cook. So I mean, I love to cook. Anytime I can, I do it. And Brittany's got it pretty easy here. Like tonight, we're eating pizza, so it's pretty easy. But I love to eat. You know, I love to cook steaks, and I just like being in the kitchen. That's always been, one of my passions. Yeah, downtime we don't get that often, but I think more so it's just hanging out and resting.
Right?
Cooking with the bush.
Yeah, baby.
I need to do a new show. There it is.
Well, there's my backup plan. Thanks,
There,
Katrina.
there you go. What's the best advice another artist has given you?
Don't be the best musician in your band.
I like that.
I've had players that now I can't like play the guitar, not like a good, like a lead guitar player, but as far as like striving to be to the record and play it the same and consistently and then find ways to get better and critique yourself, man, I've had to really try to put players in my band that care at least half as much as I do. And if that happens, then I'm not the best one, And now I'm lucky to have players in the band that are like, they impress the hell out of me, and it makes me want to be better. I mean, on the stage and off the stage, as an artist, as a man, I just try to. Vince Gill said that. He didn't even give me that advice. He just said, "Don't be the best musician in the band." And I was like, "Yes," And ever since I heard that, it's real. I try to surround myself with good men and good musicians.
A good band is a good, I don't know. It's good to, it's hard to come by. And so when you get them,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's very important. What advice would you give to a new artist?
Play a whole bunch of shows to nobody for however long it takes until you figure it out. I think I played the same show every Wednesday for 5 years, and COVID hit. And had I not done those 5 years worth of Wednesdays to nobody for, in smoky bars, I wouldn't be able to play in front of 500 people, 200 people, 1,000 people,
Right.
I think a lot of these new artists that are coming in that are just jumping into it, it's scary. I mean, it would scare me because, they've never been too drunk to sing, and they've never had to handle any type of issue in a honky tonk.
Right.
They don't even know what a honky tonk is, and like that's my advice. I mean, if they were new coming in here, and even if they had $1 million behind them, I wouldn't waste it. I would just go and find a bar, post up, and learn and sing for 4 hours a night.
Right. There's a lot to learn out of that.
There's
a lot to learn doing that, and just like seeing it myself too. Like, and me not even being the one playing, but managing all that. There's a lot to learn in all those places all the different places, the different types of crowds. There's just a lot to learn for people coming into the business and not just jumping right up to thinking they know and can be up here right away. You've got to work your way up and climb those steps and learn all those things in between, or else you're going to be lost when you're, if you do start out up here, like there's a lot to.
Yeah. Money can't buy you that. Money can't buy you experience,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could go on and on, but if you've never had to live off of playing music, I don't really think that you're ever going to be able to live off of playing music the right way.
Yeah.
There was times when I started that I was like, it was me, my dog, and ramen noodles and Vienna sausages. And then sometimes I didn't even have power,
Mm-hmm.
So, you have to cut your teeth. And that's the whole, I think people misconstrue the paying your dues thing. It's not so much playing gigs. It's going through the hard stuff and learning and changing and evolving to be the best that you can be.
Yeah.
At
I
least
feel
fake
like
it.
that's a
At least
business
fake it.
skill too. Do you feel like that?
Say it again.
I feel like that's a business skill in general. If you're going to be an entrepreneur of almost any kind, you have to go through that learning curve. You have to cut your teeth. You have to do the no power, the ramen noodles, the Vienna sausages, all that stuff.
100%. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, being a musician of any size is a business, and there's a lot of artists that don't run it as a business, and you can see the difference in those artists that don't sell merch, or they do and it just doesn't look good, or they get it and it's gone and it's never back. From the stage to how you get there to how you look to how you play and how you are off stage. It's a whole scheme of business.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Well, let's run into some more rapid fire questions. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. If you had to be a Disney character, which character would you be?
Olaf.
If your life was a story, what would the title be?
Man, that's a hard one. Toy Story? I don't know.
Well, kid. What's your favorite holiday?
Oh, Christmas for sure.
Your favorite pizza topping?
Oh man, I'm a simple guy. I just like pineapple and ham.
Woo!
Pineapple?
Yes.
Hey, you asked. There's no
I know.
judgments on this podcast.
You're right. No judgment. What's your favorite color?
Baby blue.
What chore do you absolutely despise doing?
Man, I hate the laundry.
Same. McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's? Well, okay, it depends. Chicken fries at Burger King. But other than that, McDonald's.
I'm 100% with you on that one. Whataburger or In-N-Out?
Whataburger?
Summer or winter?
Winter, yes.
Hill country or the beach?
Hill country all day.
Text or talk?
Text. I don't really like either. I don't really like people.
I mean, cake or pie?
Pie.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Sweet or savory? Aw.
Sweet.
Coffee or tea?
I just quit coffee, so it's gonna have to be tea.
Acoustic or a band?
They both have their place, but acoustic.
Your favorite candy?
Twix.
Your favorite food?
Steak.
Football or baseball?
Baseball.
Yes. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Snail.
Oh, good for you.
Isn't that escargot? Is what it's
Yes,
called.
I had that too. That's
It's not bad.
I just noticed that I have favorite holiday on my list twice. I'm gonna have to fix that.
Christmas.
Your favorite guilty pleasure food?
Oh man. Cookies. I love cookies.
Mm. And then what's for dinner tonight?
Pizza.
Easy, I like it. That's it. That's all I got. Katrina, you got anything else?
where can everybody find all your music?
JakeBushMusic.com.
Got anything coming up here local quick? Not quick. Soon.
Actually, I don't have really anything local. I'm in Dickinson on Friday, and then the rest of the year, I'm pretty much out of the city. Thankfully.
Well, you guys go find Jake's music anywhere you can download or stream music. Go check out his show schedule, and we will see you back here in 2 weeks with Peyton Howie. And thanks for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks
Good
for
to
having
see
me.
you.
See you
Always.
soon. And y'all go be kind to yourself and everyone else, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good night.